mine. And that's when I realized it had been here all the while. Protect myself.
Okay. Great rising. Great rising. I didn't even put my ass in the camera on you. Great rising. Peace and power. Peace and power. Okay. Great rising. So over the course of the next 6 days now, I will be going live the majority of those days at about 4:30 a.m. For the purpose of introducing Sacred Woman again. So some of you are familiar with me and have been through the gateways. I'm Ife. Okay, I'm Ife. If you watch an old video, you hear me call myself Ife. Quick background on that. When I came into my enlightenment, I came into my enlightenment when I was 8. That was the first time I felt like I was a part of the Black Power Club and nobody would tell me. But I didn't stand tall and unapologetic in my enlightenment, my self-awareness, my consciousness until many years later. many years later. And when I did, I knew that one of the first and most important, I was studying gematria. I was studying the Sephiroth, the numeric value of each letter. And and so it was crazy because I think I did the numeric value of my name, my Kimberly, and it might have been the same numeric value as slave. And I used a bunch of words that I associated with a slave history, and most of them had the same numeric value. And so I was like, I don't want this name. My name is Kimberly. This was even before I understood the power in the name Kemet. You know what I mean? Now I'd be eager to hear somebody call me Kim. Yes. You live and you learn, you go and you grow. Anyway, when I chose a new name for myself, I wanted it to be something that meant no losses, like no L's. And life, like an entire life with no L's, like no losses. And this is what I was telling myself. And as I was writing it, I saw life with no L, okay? And so Ife or Ivy was more fitting. It wasn't until an Uber ride and someone made me aware that the name I had chosen for myself had likely chosen me because of my vibration. And then I began to study Ifa and Yoruba, and I learned so much more even. And so now I definitely say my name in its rightful vein, which is Ife. Ife, and it don't matter to me. You can call me Billy, man. You can call me Billy. I promise you. The way I operate still is vibration over vocabulary. Okay, for me, it's vibration over vocabulary. I do respect semantics. I understand how the universe hears and moves. Trust me, this is my key or primary tool for manipulation. It's my primary tool for magic. But also, when it comes to you and me and our relationship, it'll always be vibrations over vocabulary. Even if you were to step outside your sacred self and say something to me that you didn't mean, I would know that you didn't mean it by the vibration of it. Anyway, so yeah, call me what you will. Ife is the name, okay? What the old people say, call me what you want, just don't call me late for dinner. All right, and going through Sacred Woman, Queen of Four, copyright 2000, Queen of Four, Helen O. Robinson. Let me see if there's a way I can get this light out of my eye. You'll be able to see. And this is not how I usually go live, so this is a little different. Let me see if that makes a difference. Okay. Can you see me sweating? I'm Ife, and it's completely not far-fetched for me to completely unwrap, completely unveil, and get butt the fuck naked when we are mid-sermon. When we are mid-sermon. It happens that way. I love that about the heat. I feel so much closer to spirit. It's crazy because I wonder, even when And I'm not a spirit medium. I don't choose to talk to spirits. If they talk to me, cool, but I don't be out here like, kind of labos, can you come to me? I don't do that. That's not my lane. But even when I'm privileged enough to have spirits visit me, the warmer ones, the ones that make me feel really hot, really, really hot, like the temperature in the room is excruciatingly hot, those I've learned are familiar spirits. Those are my own line. And when the room draws extremely cold, like I see in the paranormal movies, when I feel the shivers, I know that it's a spirit just the same, but maybe not one that I'm familiar with or comfortable with. Anyway, I love the heat. I love that I love the heat. It just feels. It feels like spirit meets you in heat. I don't know. Maybe I ain't been cold enough yet. You have to try it. All right, let's get on in here. I'm excited to grow with you. I really am. I'm really excited. I'm a little nervous too, just being honest. I'm working on that. And that's just because it's like when you get a new neighbor, right? You're excited because it could be a neighbor that you can smoke weed with and get sugar from, but it might be a neighbor that's going to trip on your music. Okay? It might be a neighbor that let their dog shit in the yard. I'm a little bit nervous, just being frank. But I also know that I've been armed with a strong enough hand to govern us. So, nervous or not, we're going in. And my goal is to protect you. My goal is to create a safe space for you and with you so that you can heal in peace, so that you can heal in peace. If I heard somebody say, you can only be as well as your environment, you know what I mean? You can only be as well as your environment. So it doesn't matter if you stop smoking and you're trying to get rid of the asthma. As long as you are in the home with somebody else who is smoking, in the car with somebody else who is smoking, and even in the bed with somebody who smoked outside before they came in, and they lay, and you lay on their t-shirt with the smoke, and it's in the pillows and the covers where they, you're not going to be able to completely rid yourself of that toxin. Our environment has to be clean. Our environment has to be A1. So this is a challenge. Yesterday, a sister reached out to me, and this is a sister who burned me, who may not have even been aware, but she hurt me maybe 5 years ago. Okay, 5 years ago, when I did see her in circles, I was confused because I was new to this establishment. Okay, and I would see her. With one sister, kind of laughing and giggling, and you see someone together, like, okay, they're friends, and they would be cackling about another woman, and then later on, I would see the same woman cackling with the woman that she was talking about, and it made me uncomfortable, and I still stayed close enough until I got wind that I was in the cackles also. And we're just being real. Sis asked, can she come in? Not this time, sis. Not this time. You know what I mean? Not this time. There's a lot of information still available. If you want to do it with us or by me on YouTube and on Facebook, there's enough to jumpstart you. I can direct you because there are circles everywhere. But not this one, not this time. All right. And it's all peace. Give me 1 second, make sure I'm not missing any. Great Rising, make sure I'm not missing any. Great Rising from Florida and Birmingham. It's good to see you all. I'm excited. So 7 days we're doing Sacred Woman. At the end of the 7 days, that means Tuesday, I'm going live in my subscription only groups. Okay, so I'll be with you until Tuesday, unless you have contacted me. Let me be clear right quick on the requirements, because I don't want people like, what's the link? And it's a come one, come all, because it's definitely not a come one, come all. I'm vetting. I need to meet you. If you're interested in coming in, it would be nice if we could vibe. So that means reach out to me, let me call you, or you call me. We don't have to sit on the phone for 2 days. You ain't got to be nervous. I need to see you. Okay, if you don't want to say shit to me and we do sacred silence, we can do that. But I do need to see you. Okay, I do need to put my eyes on you and you your eyes on me, so that we can make the commitment to one another. You know what I mean? So that we can make the commitment to one another. So that's the first thing. If you're interested, I need to talk to you. There is just no link you can get from a friend. Please don't share our Patreon link. All right. Please do not share our Patreon link. If you share the Patreon link, I will ask the new individual who sent you, and y'all will leave together. It's not personal. I have put everything. You know how we want to protect our daughters? Listen, do you know how our sons, do you know how it is? Like how much of a burden it is when you feel like you dropped the ball on that? Anybody ever vowed to make sure nothing would happen to their baby? So much happened to them that they felt like enough done happened to me that my baby will never see that smoke. And then a bitch got by and touched your baby. Listen, it's very, 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 very personal for me. I don't know that I can say this enough. If this offends you or makes you feel like maybe you don't fit in, we're going to be 100. You don't. And that's it. Like, this is family. This is family. I'm asking you to marry me. You know, I'm asking you to marry me. You don't just get me, and you don't just get a sisterhood for this week. You don't just get it for 9 months. There's no packing up and moving you out of a group after we finish the last gateway. There's a commitment. It's a forever thing. Me and these women have worked really fucking hard to establish this shit. No bullshit. When we think about sororities and fraternities, where these people can travel anywhere in the world and pull out a directory and find family. When we think about members, not of the church, but members of the Church of God and Christ. I mean, Kojic, goddammit, that's what they call it, COGIC. If you was just amethyst and Episcopal, ain't nobody got shit for you. But if you're a part of the family, the branded family of Church of God and Christ, then no matter where the fuck you go, you got somewhere you can go to. You know what I mean? I want that for us. There are too many women, too many places for a sister to feel like, oh, I'm moving to Georgia and I'm going to be by myself. You know, and no, the fuck that don't mean go move on nobody's couch. That means you got resources. A sister can tell you what other couches you can stay on. No, really. We're loving out loud. We're loving out loud. A lot of this really is because so many of us have been stabbed in the back by women. I teach my daughters, and it's about learning where to put the knife. You know, if you get it from a back, you might think it go back in a back. You know, I think that's what happens. A lot of sisters have stabbed me in the back because they were stabbed in the back and they just didn't know what to do. You know, they just didn't know how to move. Where do I put the pain? And that's it. This is about us learning together and fixing it together. Okay, that means it's gonna be some times where somebody gonna call you out, and you're not in a space where you can be offended by that. You being offended by a bitch trying to help you help the whole fucking coven, you're gonna make things worse for you. Like, we're not fucking around with the fuck around. I want to make sure you understand this. I want to make sure you understand this. Damn. So let me tell you, everybody in the house ain't family. Listen, I just want you to be real and to be ready when you come in. Okay? Because we're not tiptoeing. Like, ain't nobody trying to hurt you. We're genuinely trying to love you. But in the most real and raw ways possible. All right, let me get in here because we'll never get anything done. Hopefully, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. I grabbed my book that doesn't have any front pages. Just give me a moment. We're gonna get the Bible out. We're gonna get the one. We're gonna get the banger. Okay. The Queen Mother edition. Thank you, squad. All right. Sacred Woman, hardback. Okay, all right, I'm gonna chill. Sacred Woman, Queen of Four, copyright 2000. Queen of Four, Helen O. Robinson. Give me a second. You know what? I feel like giving some shit away today, too. You know, I got these cute little foot sandals. Hold on, let me grab some tissue. And some water would be nice also. Where did I put my water? Give me a minute. I don't want to go further without that. Yeah, it's okay. I, I just realized I told sis not this time. That's how I do my babies. I told y'all, you got to help me sometimes. I don't mean to be condescending or rude. I'm just so accustomed to daycare that I talk to anybody in a way that I believe is most comprehensible. So I didn't tell sis, no, you can't come in this house. I said, no, not this time. Okay? No, not this time. I learned that in customer service. It's like when your 11-year-old or your 7-year-old asks you if they can drive. It's never, the answer is not no. The answer is yes, as soon as you're legally able. The answer is yes when you turn 18. Yes, when you turn 17, I would love to teach you. That's also one of the challenges for me as a 9, learning to say things, learning to say negative things, learning to say all things in a positive way. All of those who communication in the throat chakra is one of our most magical tools. It's important that we learn how to say what we say in a positive way. Mostly because that's the most effective way. Okay? You got to be sugarcoating and shit, but yeah, you want to be effective in your communications. All right, here we go. All right, I love you and I'm excited. Okay, so when we do get through this, I want to put the money part in there, but Patreon is $9.99 a month. Okay, plus tax, $9.99 a month. At this time, because Patreon won't charge you, Patreon won't bill you for at least 30 days. You'll be in the house and in the coven and in every session and doing the homework with us for anywhere from 22 to 31 days before Patreon debits the first $9.99 from your account. So the registration fee that you'll pay initially, that means the registration fee, you'll pay between now and Sunday, Monday, okay? Between now and, yeah, let's go ahead and get them in soon. It's not like it'll be closed to you, but I encourage you to get in sooner so you're not trying to catch up with us once we're in Gateway 3, okay? It'll only take about a month to do each gateway, so you want to make whatever sacrifices are necessary. Call whoever you got to call or reach out to whoever you got to reach out to make it happen. But in order for you to have the curriculum or the syllabus, the outline, and in order for you to have the link, the Patreon link, reach out to me so we can do the face-to-face, and I can give you a pay link of your choice to pay the $25 registration fee. All right. If you have a book, say so. If you don't have a book, let me know. Okay. Thank you, Erica, for offering to donate books to the cause. A couple of sisters have said they're willing to do that. Just let them know what I need. So, yeah, if you have a book, great. I think it's probably 12 to 13 bucks online on Amazon. If you don't have it, let me know. I know a lot of sisters say they just don't have the money. They want to do this. I need you to make some sacrifices. I know for a long time I said I didn't have the money to do something, and I didn't have the money because I was smoking weed. Okay? I'm not as liberal about paying people's way because I realize that people will make a way for their vices. You know, if you can make a way for your vices, then you're gonna make a way for your healing. That's just how it's gotta be. Okay. So if you are in need, of course, I'll pray on it. Before I wasn't no need to pray. You hadn't already asked, and to me that was the prayer. Now Spirit is like, we're not fucking around this time, Queen. We're not fucking around this time. Okay. I plan to do it. I hope you will too. Okay. Okay. Oh, great. Okay. I say that. Edra or Idra. Welcome home, sis. We've been waiting for you. Hold on, make sure I ain't got no lipstick on my teeth when I'm greeting new people. What's up, sis? I love you. I say, I love you. I am a distinctive, beautiful flower and a healing herb with a heart, a mind, breasts, buttocks, and a womb. I come with sacred earth medicine to heal myself. Shit, yo, at Tapu. Yo, when I start talking good like that to me, I feel that shit. Do you feel that shit? Girl, listen, listen, listen. My own cheerleader. I do. The biggest difference in me, I believe, and other people, um, other leaders or influencers or healers or builders, is, and I say not all of them. Like I'm the only one out here on my thing, on my shit. We're not doing this in a competitive way. I'm making sure you understand. As far as I'm aware, one of the biggest differences in me and most of the people that I even learned from is I'm not sending you to anybody, anywhere, any of the time but yourself. That's it. That's it. Always and all the time. Always and all the time. I'm going to direct you to you. Okay? I'm going to direct you to you. If you go to a hospital for healing, they might direct you to a specialist. You know what I mean? There are lots of places you can go and be directed to someone else. Okay. I have gone to a mechanic and he has directed me to my dealership. Okay. I am not ever going to send you to a third party. Ever. I'm going to always exhaust my efforts to equip you to do what you have to do for you. That is the most beneficial thing I could do for both of us. Okay. Because when your cup runneth over, Ajay, so does mine. All right, let's start with the preface. Preparing to enter the gates, Sacred Woman Training. We're going to do Sacred Woman Training, and then we're going to get off of here for the day. If you're reading along with me, we're on page 1, okay? Ring, ring, 221 heal. This is Queen Afua. May I help you? The sister on the other end of the phone began to weep. I'm so frightened. My doctor told me that my ovaries are dead. I'm only 29 years old and I feel like I'm going through menopause. What am I to do? She pleaded. Ring, ring, 221 heal. This is Queen Afua. May I help you? A sad, quiet voice said, the gynecologist I just saw tells me that I have to have a hysterectomy. I'm only 30 years old with one daughter. I was hoping to get married again, have more children. In 82, I was diagnosed with pelvic inflammatory disease and regenerating fibroid tumors. The tumors didn't cause me any major problems for 6 or 7 years, but now they've grown. What can I do? Do you think you might be able to help me in a natural way? I don't want to lose my womb. Ring, ring, 221 heal. This is Queen Afua. May I help you? There was a deep sigh from the caller. Hello, Queen. I guess I'm finally ready to try the natural way. Nothing else has worked. I'm getting heavy bleeding with only about 10 days between my periods. I'm in constant PMS and I'm a screaming lunatic with my family and coworkers. I just can't go on this way. As the founder and director of the Heal Thyself Center and a holistic health consultant, a colon therapist, polarity practitioner, and lay midwife, Queen Afua has experienced a natural living lifestyle for more than 25 years. This book was written in 2000, okay? In 2000. So we're talking about over 40 years, okay? Over 40 years. And I've guided thousands along the path of purification for more than 20 years, but nothing in my experience as a minister of purification and Nubian Kemetic priestess of the Temple Neptet. Hold on, because she's laying out her credits right now, and I'm fucking with it. Give me a minute, okay? Give me a minute. I have guided thousands along the path of purification for more than 20 years, but nothing in my experience as a minister of purification and a Nubian Kemetic priestess of the Temple Neptet, initiated through the Shrine of Ptah, could have prepared me for the epidemic of womb disasters that began to appear at the Heal Thyself Center. The issue of African American women's health has always been one of my primary concerns. I know how chilling the statistics are. There are more than 550,000 hysterectomies performed each year in the U.S. Yet, as Dr. Michael E. Toa, creator of the Alternative to Hysterectomy website comments, in vast majority of these cases, the indications for surgery are benign, non-life-threatening conditions. Only about 10% of hysterectomies are performed for cancer. Only about 10% of them are performed for life-saving purposes. Due to the widespread practice, the National Black Women's Health Project's public education and policy program has highlighted the following issues among its top priorities for African American women: STDs and excessive hysterectomies. The efforts are critical when we consider the fact that by the age of 60, more than 1/3 of the women in the United States have had a hysterectomy. An article on indications for hysterectomy found that African American women and with male gynecologists are more likely to undergo hysterectomies. Research has shown that African American women are more likely than white women to have a hysterectomy, are hospitalized longer, and are at a higher risk for complications and death. Based on 86 to 91 hospital data from the state of Maryland, researchers found that African American women are 25% more likely to have a hysterectomy than are white women the same age. The study also indicated that African American women undergoing the same procedure are more likely to experience complications, remain hospitalized longer, and have a higher risk of death than white women. Judgment Day is every day. Oh, I got some stuff going on. Judgment Day is every day. Said I'm part of that percentage. I say, this is difficult. I'm trying to just read through because we're on the time frame, but it is difficult. She says I could have never prepared myself. When you assess your own womb trauma, you assess your own womb trauma, and so you then have a baseline for what it means for the womb to be traumatized, and then you open the gates to learn the story of other wounds, and then in all your shit, you be like, damn, yo, we alright, we gonna be alright. The number of women that believe, even after Sacred Woman or during Sacred Woman, that they're somehow, in some way, less sacred because they've had a hysterectomy. God damn it, sis, they can't cut sacred out. They can't cut sacred out, sis. You can't. They've tried. We're going to be all right. Judgment Day is every day. Our ancestors have told us. Many of the health books on the market. See if I can dry my eyes so I can see a little better. I love you, sister. I do. I love you, sister. It's going to be really nice to be in a place. Man. We were talking recently about the sister who I know won't receive any criticism well, so there's no room for growth there. I do have her on the altar still. You know what's ugly when I didn't even want to put her on the altar. I was like, I don't know, what if she dirties my altar? That's bad. That's heavy. But I did put her on there. Thank you, Noni. I couldn't get my mind right. I did put her on there, but I hurt for her all the time because I wish she had a circle of women. When a circle of women who you know love you tell you that something is not okay, it's much easier than one bitch you don't hardly know from the internet telling you the problem. It doesn't matter how true it is. Remember, it's easier to receive things in the positive. And when you are surrounded, you say, and this is the same thing that I tell my not husband. He says that I don't ever let him raise our children. I treat it like they're my kids. I won't let him discipline them. And I won't let you discipline them because I don't see you loving them enough. I know you love them, but I want to see the affection like I see the discipline. Okay? I don't need you see. I want to see you prancing through here, giving out gifts and good gifts and good well wishes and shit. So I don't want to see you running through here, joking shit up, snatching shit up, talking about what all the fuck they can't do. Don't tell my babies never what the fuck they can't do if you ain't spend the last motherfucking 1,700 hours telling them what all the fuck they can. I said, what are you talking about? So for a woman who don't support you, who ain't supported your business, who don't share your posts and shit, who don't call to check on you to see if you came, who do click the little care shit when you didn't need a fucking click or care reaction. You needed money for your rent. You and your children were in the dark. You didn't need a sad emoji on the fucking post. You needed somebody to say, sis, I don't got but $40, but whatever the fuck money I make today when I sell my shea butters and my earrings, that money belongs to you. Listen, we're going to read. We're going to read. We're going to read. We're going to read. It's a lot different, though, when you have a circle of women who love you in action, also correcting you. Grandma's hands. You understand? Grandma's hands. I want to love you with grandma's hands. Judgment Day is every day. Many of the health books on the market today convey a sense that we need only treat health as an accessory, one that we could buy at a department store, just as we buy a pair of earrings. Well, it's simply not true. We get confused by our consumerist way of thinking, which says that if only we have this car or that brand name of clothing or this stereo system or that house, all things outside of self, then everything will be fine. Listen, we're gonna get off of here because I'll fuck around and get and you know the way I ad lib and add to it. Ife, you got an outline coming up. You don't stick to that outline. Listen, we're gonna pick up tomorrow, but I do want to say this to you. When it says here, because I said I was gonna try to stick it to 30 minutes. Okay, I'm just trying to stick it to 30 minutes. Once you're a paying subscriber, come on, talk to them. Since we're gonna spend a night on this bitch. We're gonna spend a night. Okay, but that's not this yet. Oh my gosh, Dama, Great Rising, I love you. I'm about to call you as soon as I probably not gonna call you as soon as I get off of here because it's 5 o'clock in the morning. But it been too goddamn long. Pull up on me. All right, listen. All right, want to talk about this just briefly. Recently, I made the decision to do something that would increase my vibe immediately, and the quickest way, quicker than fasting off of food, or quicker than getting weed out of my system, quicker than telling these niggas I don't need no casual dick right now. Like, really, the easiest thing was to change the music that I listen to and to cut the TV off. So I'm off of TV right now, and I'm just reading my books. And as much as I want to listen to Mulatto, and as much as I know there's some boys in this house, I have been listening to Unplugged again. I've been listening to the old Yeezy. You understand? I've been listening to crack music. I've been listening to Family Business. I've been going all the way back to Goody Mob, and even before then. I've been listening to music when music taught me, and when music inspired me, and it's doing that again. Okay, it's doing that again. This is how I know it was working. I was smoking a blunt in the car with my not husband the other day, and he turned the radio on, and wet ass pussy had came on. It fucking with the wet ass pussy, and I immediately thought of my friend Jonathan. Okay, I immediately thought of Jonathan. Okay, even my children know Jonathan ain't shit. They be like, Mom, ain't that the same guy you blocked? Why is he calling you? Listen, Jonathan, everything, listen, hold on right quick. Moment of silence for Jonathan. Mostly because Jonathan, sexually speaking, ain't none of that shit. He on no sacred woman shit. None of that shit. I was like, oh my God. You said you want to do what? Nigga, text that shit again. Listen, everybody know Jonathan ain't shit. And I've been doing good. Like, I be tempted. I don't be fucking with nobody, but I be tempted, though. I'm saying, you said spit in my mouth. Nigga, I'm with all of that shit. Listen, I ain't thought about Jonathan ass in months. Okay? I haven't. Since I blocked him last time, I ain't thought about him. There's been plenty more ratchetry and peasantry to follow along in the footsteps. I ain't had to worry about Jonathan. It's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. You understand? When we was in here smoking, no bullshit, as soon as I heard the WAP shit come on, I ain't even realizing until I went to my phone to his name, and it was right when I was about to say, damn, how you been? Like, listen, I saw how long it had been since we talked to each other, and I was like, you're not going to send this message. You're not going to send this message. But that I was driven to, that mattered to me. that I recognized how something on the outside of me had them subconsciously triggered me to do some shit. Yo, I'm not making this shit up. I'm not making this shit up. Wet ass pussy almost had me in a tight spot. It did. So I've been doing really well. Listen, it's time for me to go. Just like I said, when I start stripping and shit, it's time to go. I have been doing really well to let me get some tissue to blow my nose, to increase my vibrations. And I realized yesterday, hold on, I think I was listening to Mr. Intentional. I realized a couple of things about myself. And it's going to be hard to tell you the truth, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Yesterday, I was listening to a song by Lauryn Hill called Mr. Intentional. And I thought about what my Mr. Intentional looks like. And I began to create him in my mind. And when I created him in my mind, he was beautiful. You understand? He was beautiful. He went from being a guy that I would consider Mr. Intentional in my mind to being my man, to being so beautiful that something this perfect could only be this perfect if I raised it. So this ain't my man, this must be my son. And I'm going through these transformations while I'm creating Mr. Intentional in my mind when Spirit says, be still. Do you feel that? That's him. That's him. And I'm like, wait a minute, because it wasn't my pussy getting wet. You understand? And it wasn't my stomach twisting up in knots that we've learned to count as butterflies, so it must be a good thing. Not so much, B. When you learn the true ways of the digestive system and you learn balance and shit, when you learn some things, you're going to be like, wait a minute, these butters and flutters and shit ain't peace, B. These is warning signs. These is warning signs. Holler if you hear me. Be like, but we used to be so in love. B, you used to be so in illusion. Understand? Spirit say you're not gonna feel him. You're not gonna feel him in your pussy, sis. You're not gonna feel him you ain't gonna feel him in the butterflies in your stomach. Queen, you're not even gonna feel him in your heart. You're not even gonna feel him like not gonna feel him in like, listen, not in your head either. You're gonna feel him in your mind. You're gonna feel him in your mind in a way that you feel in your chest. Like, I was like, listen. And she showed me doing this to me, and it wasn't like a fight, or it was like I guess when I imagine this, I imagine almost like a monkey's rage, a gorilla's rage, just like it wasn't that. It was like this. It was very it was patterned. It was rhythmic. It was strategic. It was focused. It was SOS. What the fuck you talking about, yo? It was Morse code. She said, you will feel him here and like this. She said, everything that you do with every man you know is mechanical. And they would be offended to know that everything that you do, every interaction that you share with every man you know, Ife, every one of them, not one of them, no matter how much you love him, no matter how good he done function, no matter how much of money he do to see, all of your interactions with all of these men, Ife, have been mechanical because you don't even know what it means to be organic. You don't know what it means to be organic because you don't know how to interact with Mr. Intentional because you don't know who he is. And it fucked me up. I'm like, what you mean, bitch? What you mean? You have to call Spirit bitch. What you mean, sir? What you mean? I understood exactly what she meant. There are psychological issues. You hear me talk to you all about money this way. If you don't have money and you find yourself poor and you find yourself working and you don't know why, you can't just get out the hole. And I need you to sit down and assess your true relationship with money, not the mechanical relationship you have with money. Where you say, I need it, I want it, I know I got to hustle for it, and you say you broke when you ain't got it. That's all mechanical. I need you to know your genuine relationship with money. My sister Ashe, my twin, when we first used to hang out, sis would go places and legit pay in soap. We could go to a restaurant or a grocery store and she's legit about to try get up to this register and pay for her items in soap, nigga. Like, oh God. This is her relationship with money. She views her craft as valuable. You telling me this $10, but I'm giving you the soap. I'm telling you this gonna get you a rack. This is better for you. And this is her relation, because of her mind and her relationship. That is how easily money comes. It's how easily money go. It's how easily money comes. I'm telling you, if you feel like everybody who got money is the 1%, they the Illuminati, they ain't shit, they don't share, they got their foot on our necks. If that's how you feel about money on a subconscious level, you will keep you from getting money. On a subconscious level, the subconscious work hard. It worked hard to bring to the forefront the shit that you summon. Understand? So if your relationship with money is that all of those people are evil and fucked up, to keep you from being evil and fucked up, Spirit will make sure you don't have no money. That's why I feel like Trump being in office anyway is magic. It's gonna make sure that all of you niggas, let's call it like it is, because you're the nigga because you're black, and nigga how you act. Make sure all of you niggas have a fucked up and fearful relationship with money and with power, so that you never seek to have it. I realize that while my relationship with money is lit as fuck, my relationship with men is mechanical. My hurt and my fear of you is so real that everything from hello to goodbye, all of it is rehearsed. And I don't know what the fuck it looked like for me to just be naked and for real 100% just butt the fuck open with you, baby, because I don't trust that you ain't gonna take me down yet. I'm not even at liberty to say that publicly because I represent you so. But listen, this time going through the gateway, sis say you want to attract some real shit. I'm asking you to be even more real than you've been before. I would have hung up on that bitch. But it wasn't no phone, though. Crazy. And that's why I listen to Spirit as much as I do. Because I can't tune her out. It don't matter how loud these niggas get. It don't matter how loud I turn up WAP. Okay? It don't matter how military enforced my earplugs are. When Spirit speaks, I cannot tune her out. When she speaks, I can't. There is no sound loud enough or no tool designed to shut her the fuck down. She'll be as loud as she needs to be. She'll go as hard as she needs to go to be heard, to be seen, and to be honored. You know? Anyway, let me get the fuck up off here. We've been on here for 40 minutes. We'll be back again tomorrow. We'll try to get on time. 4:30. We're getting earlier and earlier. You know what I'm saying? 30 minutes tomorrow in the rising. I love you. 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 If you got the book, go to page 29 right quick. Got the book, go to page 29 right quick. There's only several pages in the book, but 29 is the one that I know, right? 29. So let me blow my nose and then we'll get this prayer. And we'll get on up out of here. Oh. All right. You ready? I said at some point I had a bell over here. So I do have a bell. Can you hear this though? Can you hear that? That's intention. They say before we do these prayers that we should ring a bell, okay? You want to ring a bell to awaken the spirits or open the way. And then you want to ring the bell again at the end so that your prayer is carried off on the wind or the chimes. I want you to know my intention. So I do have a bell. But if I didn't, I have an earring. And if I didn't, I have keys, okay? Whatever you need, remember, you already have it. Let that be the first mind, okay? Before you get to Googling and asking motherfuckers for stuff, remember, the commitment from Spirit is that everything you have, you already need. Quantum physics means you just have to look around you for it and it will appear, okay? Sacred Spirit, hold me near, close to your bosom, protect me from all harm and fear beneath the stones of life. Direct my steps in the right way as I journey through this vision. Sacred Spirit, surround me in your most absolute perfect light. Anoint me in your sacred purity, peace, and divine insight. Bless me, truly bless me as I share this sacred life. Teach me, Sacred Spirit, to be in tune with the universe. How to heal with the inner and outer elements of air, fire, water, and earth. Ashe. Tatehu. Hallelujah. Jarastafari. Nam yam ho rengekyo ho. Alhamdulillah. Listen, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. We've been on here for 15 minutes longer than we're supposed to. Come back at 4:30 a.m. Remember, 4:30 for the rest of the week. All right. Registration $25 by the weekend. Patreon $9.99 a month. Won't charge you for at least 30 days. And that way, by Sunday and Monday, we can start getting out the curriculum or syllabus packets and shit. And by Tuesday, you will have the link, and you will be in the private group, and you'll be ready for us to get this work in together. I love you. I love you. I love you. Giving thanks again to my sisterhood before I go, because it's never been a time in my life where I didn't go live and somebody didn't call me back and be like, for real. That happens every time I fucking go live. No bullshit. Every time I go live. So every time I fucking go live. Sometimes it's because I actually just called a bitch straight the fuck out. And sometimes it's because somebody feel called out and it wasn't about them at all. But it happens every time. And every time somebody come at me for coming for them, but when they came at me, my sisters be like, oh, we got you, queen. So y'all open your arms and shit. Open your arms and shit. I'll be there in a minute. I love you. Peace tomorrow. All right. In the rising. I love you.